40 years ago, we started building the Ark. Back then, it was an experiment, a dream, a self-sustaining city of the future. But then the seas rose. We were forced to relocate, but still our floating Ark became a refuge for tens of thousands. To maintain order, the Ark was divided. And now we're out of time. The Ark is wearing out. No new ship or plane has been seen in 20 years. The new guests live in slums, disease, thirst. Some have formed a resistance that vows to seize power and search for life outside the Ark. Ark's security force says we must have order to survive. So will you save the Ark or escape it?
Hey everyone, this is Ghibli Mihao, and that movie intro was pretty good. So now you get to choose if we're going to save the Ark or escape it. So to start this review off, I'm going to escape the Ark. Next we get another cool cutscene, so I'll let you guys watch this, and I'll be back with some more review after it.
Has been driven to this! Driven by the intransigence of the founders! Driven by the brutality of Mokuin!
Brothers, if we stay here, we die. To save our people, we must escape the Ark!
So it starts off pretty good. The cutscenes of this are very movie-like, and every cutscene in this is very well done. So we get to start off by creating our character. So scroll through these here. You get a couple different choices here. I choose the Psycho, so I'm gonna skip past this, let you guys create your own character. You also get to choose a voice, which I'll show you in a second. So now we get to move on to choosing a voice for our character.
Speedboat, check your eye! Engineer, come on! Speedboat, it's human control!
Which is a neat little touch, being able to choose your own voice.
Enemy contacts, I've disarmed the charge. Don't let them plant another.
Some of them kind of sound like they're retards, but hey, they are British. Just kidding, I have no hate on the British.
Oh yeah.
So I end up choosing Ryan McCluskey, so choose your own voice and then you get to start the game. After you customize his clothing and appearance, so we're going to head on to that next. So the voice and the face characteristics that you choose are permanent, so make sure you choose what you like and what you want. Notice on the right there's some symbols and numbers. I'll get more into those later on in this review. So you get to select or customize a character. I chose select, so I don't know what customize does. You get 1,000 free XP for watching this video that we've all seen on the internet before, so just go ahead and watch it, get your 1,000 free XP. So now the fun part, we get to choose different stuff for our character here. Go to appearance and you can do your head, your jacket, a whole bunch of different things. I pre-ordered it from EB Games, so I get a queer looking Doom bandana. I'm not going to choose that. I chose receding. And you can go down and just keep choosing different pants, tattoos, hair, facial hair. So I'm going to do this off screen and I'll show you what my character looks like at the very end. Damn! So after everything, this is what my guy looks like. Pretty sexy if you ask me. So after all this, we're going to move on to weapons. You get to customize some weapons. As you move on, you unlock more stuff for your character, weapon attachments, all that other fun stuff, abilities. So let's go check out the weapons. So these are all the weapons you get. You get a Doom one, which is the ones that you get in the game are much better looking anyway, so don't even bother with the Doom one, just leave it out. I'm going to show you what I mean right now. So let's go ahead and choose the Doom weapon. No, don't choose the fucking Doom weapon. Okay, there we go. There's the Doom weapon. So it doesn't look that bad. I think that little monster on the side is a cool little touch, I guess. But once you unlock attachments by doing these challenges, you can start customizing your weapons, and I'll get into that actually right now. So after you play the game a little bit and you level your character up, you unlock different clothing and different things for your character. So this is what my character looks like right now. So he even got sexier than he was before. Surprising? I don't think so. So after that, we can go to challenges. So we'll check out challenges now. So there's several different kind of challenges here, and you can see it tells you exactly what you're going to unlock for what level you're doing. So you do it once, you unlock those. You do it twice, you unlock the second level, and the third level unlocks leaderboards for you. So I've done 2 stars for every one. So these are what they are. Be More Objective is a very objective based, has you doing all these different objectives. Parkour this is checkpoint based, you're jumping and doing checkpoints. Escort Duty has you escorting a robot, and Tower Defense is defending a command center. So that does it for the challenges. They're a nice little addition, but some of them are kind of difficult to do. I had trouble with Be More Objective. It was a real bitch to do on 2 stars. Alright, so now we get to the fun part of customizing some weapons, now that we have some weapon attachments unlocked. So I'm only a light class, so I can only choose some weapons. Medium classes get additional assault rifles and stuff, and then heavy can use anything, even miniguns. So look at this rifle here. We can have 3 attachments on it: front, bottom, and top. On the top there's a variety of scopes you can put on, red dots, and it tells you a little bit about the attachment to the right there. If you don't know what a scope does, you probably shouldn't play this game anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw on the Snoop R scope. On the front attachment you can have silencers and different muzzle brakes. So I'll just throw on a muzzle brake, and on the bottom there, different guns have different bottom attachments. This one just has a speed sling, and that just lets you change weapons faster. So that's that little sniper rifle there. Let's go to one I've already customized a little bit. So go down here to the cross SMG. See, I have a drum mag, I have a front grip, I have a muzzle brake, and a red dot on it. So see, this one has a little more attachments you can put on it. They're a little variety. You can have dual mags, extended mags on these SMGs. Since I'm a light class, I can only use pistols as my secondary, but heavies and mediums can use more. Heavies can almost use any gun as a secondary, so there's advantages to using different body types, but I'll get into body types a little later on in this review. So this is my automatic handgun that I use sometimes. It has extended mag, silencer, and a red dot on it. No bottom attachment yet, so I'll just go ahead and throw a speed sling. I think is the only thing you put on there. Yeah, so I'll just throw a speed holster, sorry. And yeah, so that is weapon customization for you. As I stated before, the different classes can use different weapons. Light have very select few you can use. Medium you can use more, and heavy can use almost everything. So now we're going on to abilities. The abilities give you little improvements in different aspects of the game. So there's Universal, Soldier, Medic, Engineer, which I use most of all, and Operative. So you just go through, and Universal abilities carry on through any class that you decide to choose. So these ones are probably ones that you want to snatch up first, depending on what kind of player you are. So these are some of the assaults that you get. I just started using assault not that long ago, so I'm starting to unlock a little bit more for them. Then go to medic. Again, I'm trying to use a little medic a little bit more now. Engineer is my class of choice, and as you can see, I have a lot unlocked. And as you level up, it allows you to unlock more, similar to Call of Duty. So I'm working on getting the Gatling turret right now. And then finally Operative, which the only thing I really have going for them is the sticky bomb. So yeah, that's abilities for you. So let's get on to some body types. I've mentioned them quite a bit in the last little while, so why not take a look at them. So here's what the body types look like. So under appearance, you can go to body type, and the light body type cannot use medium or heavy weapons. They die more quickly than others, and they move at very high speeds, and can climb and all that fun stuff. Next on to medium, they can use all but heavy weapons, take a normal amount of damage, move an average speed, and can climb averaged height obstacles. Heavy can use all heavy weapons, take more damage, are bitches, but they move very slow, so can climb pretty much nothing either. So, you know, if you want to use them, you can, whatever. I'm currently using light because I like wall jumping and stuff. It's very fun. And that's your body types. So next, let's go into some gameplay. Half the game is customizing, the other half is gameplay. So let's go look at some gameplay. So you start the round off as your default class. In this case, my default class is an engineer. As an engineer, I can buff people's weapons, give them Kevlar. Assault can give ammo out, and obviously medic can buff your health and do things like that. Operatives, unfortunately, have no buffs. You can also buff your own yourself by pressing LB, so that's also pretty cool. As an engineer, I have 2 deployable things. I can deploy a turret. In this case, I have the medium turret unlocked. And I can also deploy a mine. So the main controls are pretty Call of Duty-esque, wide to switch weapons, and I actually have this on duty calls control scheme. So I mean, it's pretty familiar in that sense. But you can press up on the D-pad, and that's your objective wheel. And you can choose to do the main objective, or there's a couple little side ones you can do. So that's a really cool little thing they added. It makes you feel more like you're doing something for your team. Another thing they added was this. You can, as a light-bodied class, you can do a lot more. In this case, I can jump over rails. I can slide. As you can see, I just jumped on that enemy, and he had no idea what was coming, because in this game, you can do so many different acrobatic or parkour type movements that you really got to watch your back. You really got to know, where you are, follow your team, and make sure that somebody has your back just as much as you have theirs. So let's slow the video down here for a second. At these command stations throughout the levels, you can change your class, you can change your weapons, and it also tells you how many of each class there is. So if there's another objective you need to do, you can change your class to suit that objective. So an aspect some may or may not like, there's no one-shot kills in this. You are put into last stand. In last stand, you can wait for a medic, or you can join the reinforcements when the timer goes down. I think this is a really cool touch. You'll see in a second that little island guy actually throws me a syringe, and I can choose when I want to be revived, and I'm revived and back up in the fight. Being last stand doesn't necessarily mean you're going to live. It just means that you can have a chance for a medic to revive you. Well, in last stand, the enemy can shoot you repeatedly to kill you, or they can stomp you to kill you, so it doesn't give you immunity. So let's get down to the smart portion of this game. The smart movement in this works amazing. As you can see in the bottom of the screen, it shows I'm walking. Now that I'm sprinting, it shows I'm sprinting. Jumping off wall, it shows I'm going to be jumping off a wall. Watch here, click the button, I can slide. So let's just say there's an enemy there, slide, and shoot. And they don't know what's going to hit them. It works amazing. Let's say I'm to an obstacle, press the button, don't hold it in, I won't jump over it. But if I want to jump over it, press the running button and hold it, latches on easily. Jump up here, press the jump button, works amazing. So let's see this again. So wall jumping is really easy to find a wall, and you can jump off of it, and you can get out of really sticky situations this way. It works really well. So smart movement is a win. So before I get down to rating this game, let's talk a little bit more about this screen. To the left of my character there, you can see those are all the abilities I've unlocked for this character. To the right of him, there's 4 symbols. So let's talk a little bit about those. The top is your rank. Below that is your level. Below that is how many coins you have to spend. And below that is your total XP. Now below all of these symbols, it says 0, 1 out of 10. Now I believe that has to do with your character. This is my first character out of 10 that I can create. So you can create up to 10 characters. That's pretty cool. To rank up in this game, every 5 levels you earn a rank. For different ranks, there's different abilities you can unlock, different appearances or clothing appearances you can unlock with different levels. You use the coins to unlock your abilities. So I mean, this game is very extensive. So now let's get down to the ratings that I would give this game. So for sound, I would give this game a 9 out of 10. It has a very good soundtrack. I think the voice acting is pretty good, and I really like the sounding of the guns. So 9 out of 10 for sound. For graphics, I give this game an 8 out of 10. Graphics were really, really nice. It did suffer from some textures loading a little slower than others, so I mean, it wasn't perfect, but the graphics were really nice. For story, I give this game a 7 out of 10. Story is not bad, but it is kind of short, so that's where its kind of shortcomings are. Not a bad campaign, but not perfect either. And finally, gameplay. I give Brink's gameplay a 9.5 out of 10. The gameplay is Brink's strong suit. The smart movement system works amazing. The objective wheel is a really cool touch. The only problem with gameplay I found was the lag issues and the campaign and multiplayer mixed. I found that it made the game a little shorter than it had to be. Other than that, the gameplay is awesome and solid. I would recommend this game to any FPS player out there. My overall score for Brink would be 9 out of 10. It isn't perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It has a very good sound, very good graphics. The story is its weak point, but the gameplay makes up for that. When you're playing this game, you're having lots of fun. Don't let yourself miss this game. It is very, very good. The DLC coming out for this is just going to make it last even longer. Go and buy this game.